Because lead change is also a very, basic maneuver. Every horse has to do it in pretty much every discipline, and it is something so simple to do when a horse is naturally leaded. So when you have horses from the start that can just change direction and just, they don't even know what it is to fall out a lead or not change. And then this just makes your life so much easier, because then you don't have to worry about that. But occasionally you have the type of suckback horse, or a little bit more thick-skinned horse, or or lazy or whatever. Those are usually the typical type, or four beaters, bad movers. You have some horses that'll be harder to change leads, and those will be a challenge. And you want to be able to be ready when you tackle the lead changes, and you also want to create as much positiveness around the lead change as you can, knowing that it may not be their forte. So this is why that something so basic and simple, and in some horses can take a week to train, while in others can take over a year. And I think this is why that this segment ended up being a multi-video series and multiple topics. And again, I only discussed one or two exercises about it. So let's take a look at a short excerpt from this video series, and we'll be back here in just a few. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate at the lope and the counter canter how I prepare and set up my horse for a lead change, and what it is that I'm looking for to make it as easy as possible for them to change leads. Okay, so I am on the right lead right now. Okay, so I'm going to prioritize my right diagonal. Okay, so my right hand, okay, this hand here, and my left leg are going to be my priority. So when I put more pressure to say, come on, push, and I drive my horse and increase the drive through his right diagonal, then my priority and the pressure is going to come mainly from the left leg and the right hand. Okay? When I feel that my horse is getting away from my left leg, really pushing his hind end under himself and sticking his rib cage in and being straight in the body while remaining soft to my right hand on his right shoulder, then I know I have a horse that's really pushing in his right diagonal. In some cases, I'm going to bring his head a little to the left in order to help him increase the range of motion in his diagonal. But then, once I have that there, once he gives me that shoulder here very good and is pushing all his energy for his right diagonal, I'm going to go back to putting his head back to the right here and making him look where he's going. Okay. Second, I want that when I push him through his diagonal, that I feel that he's really driving from behind and increasing his range of motion and really re-pushing good at his diagonal. I want that when I put my hands down and that I relax my legs, I want that he keeps pushing. I don't want him to slow down. I don't want him to get undone, or the shoulders to go down, or the rib cage to fall back in. I want that I'm able to push, 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 push. When he gives, I release, and I want that he stays. If he doesn't, I'll push again. Push, push. Now I'm increasing the drive, pushing him in my hands, pushing him in his right diagonal. Good. There, he kept it together pretty good. There. Now I feel like I'm loping a nice first speed. I'm not in second, this is first. And he's not anticipating it too much. He knows it's coming, but he's not really changing his mind or anticipating it too much. He's waiting for the signal. So I would like for him to just kind of be a little bit more numb about it. A little bit more, okay, we're going to be doing this all day. I like that he's thinking about it, but I don't want him to anticipate it too much. For all he knows, we're going to be doing this another 50 circle. So there's nothing that I'm doing that should be indicating that we're about to change. So when I feel that he's not thinking about it, this is when I'm going to ask. Again, I'm sitting a little bit more on my left butt cheek. Okay, sitting on my left pocket. My left leg is further back, and my inside leg is pumping forward, and encouraging him to have that forward motion. I'm using my calf with a little spur pressure, and if I feel that he needs a little help, I'm just going to roll my spur slightly on his belly until I feel he gets away from my leg, and that I can put my heels back down without him stopping or losing motion. I think that now he's getting a little tired, but he's not thinking to change lead, so he's going to be ready to do it. After the lead change, I like to wait at least 2 or 3 strides or more and not do anything, so that it's very quiet, it's calm after the lead change, so that there's not going to be any reason for him to brace hands up. And then I'm going to come with my leg and increase my left diagonal. The same diagonal I just did a lead change towards 2, in order to make sure that the next time I change lead that direction, number 1, he's relaxed after the lead change, and number 2, he's not falling down on the shoulders or he's not lazy after the lead change, that he stays up and keeps pushing at least a full circle. And then I'm gonna reward and let him rest, okay? So this is a very basic exercise, but this is something that I want to be able to do as effortlessly and as easily as possible until I'm able to go in first or second speed in the counter canter and push with my leg and I get a good response. But more importantly, when I release and I lower my heels back down, that my horse keeps that drive. Okay, so this is going to be the the most fundamental thing in developing a lead change, whether you're doing it in diagonals, in straight lines, or in a circle. So we'll visit in other videos the other situations that you can put your horse into, depending on on what type of horse that you have, in order to develop the lead change. But in my case, this is gonna be probably my favorite, or my starting point and my favorite exercise for my horses. Welcome back. I hope that you've enjoyed this short excerpt. Again, if you are not subscribed to the video series platform, the Comfort Zone, you can just go and try it out for free for 7 days. So 7 days is quite enough time to browse through all the content, see if that's something if there's something in this for you. We continue to add content just like this every week. I missed a week last week because we had to go to Vegas, which turned out to be a pretty fun road trip, since I wanted to drive myself there and brought the family along.